Greetings from the farm this week. We have quite a large share. We've been busy picking for the last number of days. So on this side of the share we have the salsa fixings, and many thanks to our good friends at Scattergood Friends School in West Branch. Mark Quee is the farm manager there, and our cilantro was behind schedule, so we did a trade. They are certified organic by iDolls, so the cilantro, if you notice the twist tie is different, came from Scattergood Friends School Farm. Mark cut and bunched all of this for us, and we're including it in our salsa share, and they are getting carrots for their kitchen in return. So we have a mix of white and red onions, the cilantro, jalapeno peppers, an assortment of tomatoes, green and slightly colored bell peppers. So if it's starting to color this way, it means it's going red, it'll be slightly sweeter. More Roma tomatoes, and these are cayennes. So also good in salsa, but you can dry them quite easily in your oven if you would like to, or even on your kitchen counter, and they make wonderful red pepper flakes. And the garlic. So we have quite a nice salsa share there. First salad greens in quite some time. Our arugula is ready. Kind of a peppery green, tastes wonderful in salads, on burgers, and wraps, anywhere you'd like to use a green. More carrots, more green beans, more eggplant, and we recognize that some of you are probably sick of eggplant by now, but this is the best eggplant year we've ever had. And many people almost revolted when we said we may not put eggplant in the shares again. So we decided that we'd put eggplant in again. Baba ganoush is a wonderful recipe to use if you're not really a big fan of eggplant, and that's been in past newsletters. Very easy to look up, and you can freeze the roasted eggplant quite easily. One of my favorite things to do is to cut it into slabs and grill it like you would meat, with a little bit of sesame oil, and you can use it on a sandwich in place of a burger or in addition to. These peppers here the variety is Carmen, and it's an Italian bull's horn style pepper. They are sweet, very, very sweet, so don't be mistaking them for hot peppers. The only two hot peppers in the share this week are the jalapenos and the cayennes. And then we also have another watermelon. Again, it's the best watermelon season we've probably ever had. We do a mixture of seedless and seeded, and we have to do that because seedless watermelon can't self-pollinate. So you have to plant a seeded variety of watermelon with them in order for them to set fruit. And we happen to use one variety that tastes quite good as well. It does have seeds in it, and it has kind of the darker flesh, or the darker rind, I mean, and then has red flesh. And then we have, if you cut into your watermelon and it happens to be orange or yellow or pink, that's okay because we're raising orange, yellow, and pink seedless varieties. We've been keeping track by drop site, trying to make sure that you at least get a chance to have a seedless watermelon at least once this season. So if you don't have one this week and it has you have seeds in it, you'll have to sit out on your porch and spit them into the grass, or sit over a bowl and spit your seeds into a bowl. Most of the watermelon we've cut into so far this year have been delicious. So, what else is going on the farm? We have a crew out picking some greens right now. We still have to dig some more potatoes and carrots. We need to weed a few fields before fall, and then basically we're into full-on harvest mode until the end of the year. So, am I missing anything, Melissa?
I think that's about it. If you find that you're overwhelmed with the peppers, they are one of the easiest things to preserve. So especially with the hot peppers, if you like to make chilies and stews and things in the fall. Andy, do you want to just explain?
So to freeze peppers, or to dry these, all you have to do is just basically set them out on your kitchen counter and they'll dry. It might take them a week or so and they'll get kind of rubbery, but they won't necessarily rot, and you can just put them into a Ziploc bag or a jar and keep them out of direct sunlight after that. You can put them in a food dehydrator whole, and that takes about 12 hours, or you can put them in your oven on low heat for a few hours and just kind of monitor depending on the oven. You can freeze them as well just by, you can stick the whole thing in a freezer bag and just stuff them in the freezer if you'd like to. If you don't like to use seeds out of jalapenos, you can cut them in half, scoop the seeds out, and then freeze them. Same thing goes for the sweet peppers and the bell peppers. You can freeze them very easily. Yep. Tomatoes freeze the same way. You don't have to blanch them. You can just put them into freezer baggies and freeze them.
So one of the things we do with our peppers is we do what Andy just said. We scoop out the seeds and then we put them into freezer bags. So that way with like chili, you can just pull out a handful of jalapenos or sweet peppers.
Yep. And if you don't want them to stick together, you freeze them on a cookie sheet and then bag them after they're already frozen, and then they don't stick together so badly.
Yep, you don't have to blanch them or anything, so it's a pretty easy process.
Yeah, it's very, very, very easy. And if you are totally overwhelmed, this is a very good way to introduce yourself or introduce either yourself or good food to a neighbor. You know, you can just stop on by and say, you know, I have a lot of peppers this week. Would you like a few?
Yeah.
Kind of a nice way to start a conversation, and it's great for us via word of mouth. So.
And on Friday night, we're going to have some more happiness happening on the farm. But one of our pizzas will feature our apples with some arugula and,
apple and arugula pizza. That'll be
pork
good.
from B&B Farms. So if you'd like to come out and see the farm, that would be a good time to do it. It's this Friday night. The gates open at 5, and it's buffet style, so you can help yourself to a wide variety of pizza.
Okay. Until next time, have a great week.